Hey everyone, this is a brand new segment and I'm going to call it Bedtime Thoughts. I was going to call it Shower Thoughts, or Shower Time Thoughts, but that would kind of suggest something else. But what I mean by bedtime thoughts are all the thoughts that you have floating through your head just as you're falling to sleep, and I have them in the shower as well. It can be quite simple thoughts like what am I going to do tomorrow, but it can be quite complex thoughts such as if cars had magnets on the bumpers, there would be no car accidents because all the cars would repel each other. And then you go on to think like, oh, but how would cars park next to each other? Well, maybe there's like a dial you can turn, so you can turn the electromagnetism down and therefore you can fit into a car space, and there's a whole load of different things you could think about. Or maybe you could identify a certain type of magnet that you would repel against. Not just all magnets, I don't think that's possible, but it's just a thought. You see, the way my brain works is that during the day I'm in a zombified state, just walking around and just going, and then all day I'm like that, and then when I go to bed my brain's just like, way party time! Let's throw all these weird thoughts into your brain all at the same time so you can't go to sleep. And then I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about all these different things, and then I stay awake, and then I play Call of Duty, and then I go on the internet, and then lo and behold it's like 4:30 in the morning, and then I go to sleep finally, and then I wake up the next morning at 8 o'clock and go to university, and it's just a whole horrible process like that. Bedtime thoughts won't be a consistent thing. I'm not saying it's going to be out like every Friday or something like that, but it's just going to be just an extra bonus every now and then. You just get to see the inside of my brain every once in a while. Today we're talking about time travel. Often when I'm in bed I think about time travel and the different types of time travel that you could have. I'm not saying that time travel is impossible or possible. I believe it is possible. Well, according to the laws of quantum physics it is possible, but very highly improbable that we will ever be able to achieve time travel. But the thing that I often think is that what type of time travel would I like? Would I like the physical time travel where I could go back in time and just like Bill and Ted style? Or could you have like the mental type of time travel where you have the mind of your adult self time travel back into the body of your childhood self and relive your childhood with all these new experiences? I think the second choice out of both of those would be the one that most people would like. You know, you would like to go back in time into the body of your child self with the adult brain, because you could redo your life. You know, there's that fantasy of redoing your life. What would you do differently? And everybody will have a chance to redo it if this happened. But here's the thing that I think about all the time. How would you prove to someone that you were from the future? I mean, if you were to time travel like Bill and Ted does, you know, physical, you're an adult and you go back in time as an adult, that would be easy. You just go to your childhood self and you would say, oh, I'm him from the future, take our DNA and do a DNA match. Bingo, you're the same person. That's easy to prove. But if you were to time travel from the brain of an adult to the body of a child, you've got a whole load of different things that you cannot do. Like that DNA thing you can't do because you don't have the body of an adult in the same place as an adult, same place as the child's body, if you know what I mean. So you have to think about scenarios. You could say 9/11 would happen, but because of the butterfly effect, every action has a consequence in the future. Like, what is it? A butterfly flaps his wings and there's a typhoon in Mexico. Also, I don't know what the butterfly effect is, but one thing from the past, there's a chain reaction into the future. So the very act of you time traveling into the past, mentally, would mean that you could stop 9/11 from happening, just as a chain reaction. So if you try to prove anything by scenarios, like, this is gonna happen next week, the simple act of you being there, or the simple act of you saying it, would probably stop it, or could stop it, and then people go, you're not from the future, you're an idiot. So the only way you could actually try and convince people to time travel is to do something, or say something that would prove it. And I still, today, I mean, I play guitar, so maybe I could play some old-fashioned rock songs when I'm in the body of a child, or I can go. So for me, I would play guitar, you know, although it is very probable that a lot of young people, say you're 8 years old, you time travel and you're 8 years old, and there's a lot of 8-year-olds that are actually very good on guitar. But you'd have to do old-fashioned rock songs to prove that you're from the future. But again, as I said, a lot of people know how to play songs like this. She's got smiles that it seems to me reminds me of childhood. I mean, for me, I would play guitar or teach someone lucid dreaming or teach someone about science to like display my knowledge, but that doesn't categorically or definitely tell people that you're from the future. In fact, anybody could learn how to play the guitar at 8 years old. I mean, you go to China or Asia and there's loads of people that probably play musical instruments. There's a kid that was on Australia's Got Talent, who played Flight of the Bumblebee on the piano like... That sounds more like Crash Bandicoot. So how would you do it? How would you convince somebody that you were from the future if you were the brain of an adult in the body of a child? Leave your comments in the description box below! And I'll see you next Wednesday, in which I'm teaching you about how to talk to your subconscious. Ciao for now! Baby! Sometimes I sleep, sometimes the night takes. The people love me always go their separate ways. Sometimes you tell the day by the